You just lost 13-11. You're tilted. You hit play again immediately. Sound familiar? That's exactly why you're not improving. Let's be real. Most players don't actually learn from their matches. They just queue up game after game, hoping something eventually clicks. But nothing ever changes because they're not really playing to improve. They're just playing. And when the match ends, they re-queue instantly with no reflection, no thought, no learning about anything. Meanwhile, high-level players, pros, they do something different. They pause, they look at their timeline, they talk to teammates, they question what they can do differently for the future.
Run this guy down at Seabright's chamber, and then Killjoy lurk B, and then if they open door, just peek him. Go.
Here, give me the bomb.
Do the same double flash. Don't do the one way. Do the same double flash here.
Give me the bomb.
Double flash, go for me, and then.
That reflection is everything. It's what turns instinct into intuition. If you never stop to think about why a round went wrong, you're not improving your gameplay. You're just reinforcing bad habits. So if you ever felt hard stuck, frustrated, or unsure of how to actually improve, that's what this video is here to help with. Let's walk through what really matters if you want to get better, and why reflection, not just repetition, is the start of it all. Let's start with one of the biggest misconceptions in all of Valorant: matchmaking, MMR, and how rank actually works. A lot of players think rank is this perfect scoreboard or ladder of skill. Like if I get lucky and win enough games, I'll climb and hold my rank. That's not how it works. And honestly, that's not how it should work either. Valorant's MMR system is designed to push you towards a 50-50 win rate. The game wants every match to be competitive, win or lose. That means your stats won't always look good. You won't pop off most games, and that's fine. Because those are the matches where you can actually improve. You're not supposed to smurf everyone's peak. You're supposed to be challenged. If every game feels hard, it doesn't mean you're hard stuck. You're just appropriately placed for your skill level. And then there's hidden MMR, which holds you back from climbing until you're consistent enough to beat players at your level over and over. Not just by getting on a lucky hot streak, but by leveling up your fundamentals and decision making so that you're undeniably better. To be honest, I'd rather see a 0.9 KD and a 48% win rate on your tracker. Why? It means you're playing against players who are finding your weaknesses. You're in games that are challenging you, where you can improve. It's not just an easy smurf win. It's a game where you can learn something new. That doesn't mean blame your teammates or forget your stats. It means focusing on productive things. Getting better at defense, maybe my attack strategies, clutching, being a better teammate, clearer comms. All of those add up to a reflection of your skill, aka your rank. So your rank is just a reflection of where you are right now. Not who you think you are, not who you were 3 acts ago, where your skill level sits today. Remember, only a certain number of people can be Radiant. Only a certain percentage of players can be Immortal, Ascendant, or Diamond. So to climb, you don't need to just win more, you need to be better than the people in your current rank. And here's the kicker. The whole player base is improving at a snail's pace, even if it's just a little. So if you're not improving faster than that, you're not going to move anywhere. The game doesn't care how many hours you play. It only cares how much you're learning. So sometimes you're in the slingshot phase, I call it, where you're pulling back that slingshot. You're building new skills, you're improving rapidly, even if it's not showing in the rank just yet. You don't want to sneak into diamond because of a hot streak. You want to be so consistent that the system has no choice but to let go of that slingshot so you fly to your peak rank, your improved skill level. So if rank is eating at you, take that pressure off. Play on an alt, watch a VOD, load up a custom and test a new setup. Focus on getting better, not just climbing. Your job isn't to trick the system, it's to get so good the Rito overlords can't ignore you anymore. So now that you understand matchmaking isn't actually holding you back, let's dive into how to actually learn from each day you play. Because most people think they're doing that, but really aren't. The biggest trap is over-focusing on aim. Yeah, aim and mechanics are important, I get it, but they're not the reason you win or lose most rounds or most games. The truth is, you can sharpen your aim in 15 to 20 minutes a day. Hop into aim labs, DM, Kovacs, go crazy, whatever works. But after that, let it go. Most players stay stuck thinking, I whiffed, that's why we lost. If I just hit that one shot, we would have done it. The reality is, you're not losing because of one missed bullet, dude. You're losing because of how you played the entire round. your decisions going into it, your timing, your plan, or lack of one. Why not make that tough shot easier? Aim is muscle memory. It's not something you should be thinking about mid-round. The focus should always be on those more productive things. Was my play good? Did I make a smart decision? Did I put myself in a winnable spot? Did I give myself the most advantaged fight I can get? If the answer is no, your aim didn't matter. Miracle shots won't fix bad plays over time. And clean shots doesn't even mean your play was smart. That's why one of the biggest tools for learning is watching yourself back. Most players never do it. They just keep running it back game after game. Same mistakes over and over. But even clipping one round can give you way more perspective than you'd ever get mid-game. And gives you time to think about it. The emotion's gone. You know how it ends. You can be honest with yourself. You can look at the timeline and see what your opponents were doing. You might start to see stuff like, oh, I thought I was holding a crossfire, but I was actually baiting. Or I had no plan, I was just running it down and hoping it worked. That self-awareness is where real growth starts. But here's the catch. Watching a VOD isn't enough either. You have to apply what you learn. If you spot a mistake, recreate it. Load into a custom. Run the round again in your head. Find a better setup, a better timing, a smarter angle. Review it, rebuild it, repeat it. Create that plan for your next games. So now we know if you don't have a plan, you're not improving. Let's flip that and align our actions to come up with a new plan that actually works. Where does improvement come from? It comes from intentional play, not staying up till 3 a.m. playing aim trainers, expecting sharp aim tomorrow. You cracked out Kovacs players. Actual focus. So what does that look like? It's simple. 15-minute of warm up, 1 VOD a week, especially after a rough session. Talk through rounds from your day with a teammate or friend. Test a new setup, strat, or decision on a new map. Experiment in customs, dry run it, rep it until it sticks, or apply a new gameplay fundamental and try to understand how it works. None of that has to be boring. Stop saying it's boring. In fact, this is when the game gets fun again. It gets creative because when you start pulling off a play that you came up with, that you trained, that's the moment you go, yo, that worked. That was me getting better. And if you're the type to watch this video and go all in and be like, oh my gosh, this guy's a genius, he knows everything, and try to track and improve 10 things at once, don't. Chill, relax, keep it simple. Pick one focus per session, not a checklist, just a single intention. Like, maybe I'm going to play slower in my post plants when we have man advantage. Maybe I'm going to stop solo dry peeking mains every round. Maybe I'll call for utility or a teammate. Then after your games, reflect. Did I apply that plan correctly? Did it work? Did it not? What could I have changed? What did I learn from that? Repeat that process the next day. And now you're building into something tangible. And stop focusing on stats. Track your progress through ideas. Because again, stats will lie to you. Bad stats don't always mean bad gameplay. Sometimes they mean you're in tougher lobbies, testing new things, or finally playing and pushing your skill set. That's where your true growth as a player lives. But even with the perfect routine, there's other things that hold most players back. And it's not your aim or your teammates. It's your mindset. The most toxic trap in Valorant is blaming your teammates. We've all done it. Something dumb happens, a round goes sideways, and it's like, bro, what are you doing, man? But here's the problem. The second you start pointing fingers, you stop improving. You're giving away your control. Even if a teammate throws in the worst way imaginable, ask yourself, could I have called a different plan? Could I have supported them better? Could I have kept the vibe positive, kept comms up, encouraged a comeback? Taking responsibility isn't about being perfect. It's about staying in control. And the truth is, when you blame others, you're taking away that control and telling yourself, I don't think I can improve unless my teammates magically get better. Magic, right? That mindset will keep you stuck forever because you don't need better teammates. You need a mirror. The second trap, believing you're already better than your rank. A lot of players queue up every day thinking, I should be diamond. I'm just getting unlucky. If I play 12 hours a day, I'll finally break through. They don't reflect. They don't plan. They just grind and grind and grind and pray. Rito, please rank me up, please. And then they get mad when it doesn't work. If you think you're a diamond player, but you're stuck in silver, congrats. You've unlocked diamond level copium. You could be improving like crazy and still have a rough week or a rough month. That doesn't mean you're getting worse. It just means improvement takes time to show up on the scoreboard. So stop judging yourself based on your current rank or where you're at. Start asking more productive questions. Did I get better today? Did I learn something new this week? Am I slowly leveling up the way I think, move, and play in game? Those uncomfortable questions are where real growth happens as a player. Here's something I remind myself even outside the game. I'll go to the gym, look in the mirror and think, damn, I'm not seeing those big muscles yet. But when that thought hits, I mentally add 3 months to my expectations because it takes time for real improvement to show. It's the same with Valorant. If you're 2 weeks into a new warm-up or working with a coach or trying new setups and you're thinking, why am I still hard stuck? Give it time. Add 3 months. It's not going to take that long. Because if you expect immediate results, you're going to get frustrated. You'll burn out. That frustration will hold you back more than anything else. There's this great Taoist story that I love. A martial arts student goes to his teacher and asks, I'm fully committed to this. How long will it take me to master your system? The teacher replies, 10 years. Not too long. The student says, but what if I train every day? I'll work twice as hard. I'll practice 10 hours a day if I have to. Please, I'll do anything. And the teacher pauses for a moment and goes, 20 years. The point is, the harder you try to rush the process, the longer it takes. Improvement isn't about brute force. It's about consistency, patience, and reflection. So if you're frustrated right now, step back. Focus on the long game. Trust that progress, when it comes, will hit harder than you expect. Keep looking for that slingshot. It could even push you past your desired rank. Who knows? Now let's talk about the most prevalent trap, one that holds back even the most dedicated players, the consistency trap. You've heard it a million times. Consistency, consistency, consistency. It sounds counterintuitive, right? Consistency is supposed to be a good thing, coach, right? Coach? But for most players, it turns into doing the same thing over and over and expecting improvement to miraculously happen. Magic, right? Here's how it usually goes. All right, I've got 8 hours today. Time to grind nonstop. Let's do it. They queue game after game, play on autopilot, maybe get tilted, and repeat it the next day. Same warm-up, same habits, same mistakes, no reflection, no adjustment. That's not consistency. That's stagnation. Real consistency isn't just about showing up. It's about showing up with intent to adapt. You could play 3 games in a day and get way more out of it than someone who played 20. If you actually stop and ask yourself, what did I learn today? What can I apply tomorrow? That's how pros approach it. They're not grinding mindlessly. We know that. They're looking for specific areas to tweak, test, and refine every single session. Again, we're trying to improve faster than everyone else, so let's apply those things we've learned and improve. And this applies to everything. Your warm-up routine, your mid-round calls, how you play post plans, how you support your teammates, how you deal with enemy setups. It all evolves when you start looking for that next thing to improve. But most players just don't. They queue, they play chamber on Icebox for the 69th time, they do what they always do, and then they ask themselves, why am I not climbing? Why? Even something as simple as playing a different agent in unrated can unlock new understanding. You get a feel for that agent's strengths and weaknesses, and suddenly you're countering it better next time you see it. Those things matter. That knowledge stacks, even if you don't realize it right away. So if you feel stuck, it might not be your mechanics. It might not be your comms. It might just be the fact that you're not changing anything. So maybe you're watching all of this and still thinking, okay, but where do I actually start? You know you're not improving the way you want. You're aware of the issues, but you don't know how to fix them. That's normal. So here's the real answer. Keep it simple. If you're in the lower ranks, focus on the basics. Get your mechanics routine down. Learn a couple simple utility combos on each map. If you're higher ranked, start diving into challenging fundamentals that you can incorporate. Track your opponents, how they play setups, how they rotate, how they take space, using the timeline. Replay system when, please. Figure out where your mid-round decisions fall apart. Practice clutching with intention, not just raw aim. Stop this. Wow, I whiffed all my shots today. I'm freaking ass. Start asking, how do I improve from that round? So daily, find one small thing to work on and chase it. Maybe it's watching a video on how to scale with your team better. Maybe it's tracking setups on defense. Maybe it's building a post-plant routine on a map you don't quite understand. Whatever it is, commit to it for that day, that week, that session. Then move on to the next thing when you shore it up. And finally, let's not forget the most important part. Fun matters. Players who are having fun improve faster. They stay in a flow longer, they learn more naturally, and when they're burned out, they step away instead of spiraling into a red carpet. If you're tilted, stop forcing games. Watch a VOD, clutch round, or a nasty clip you hit. Try something creative. Do something that moves your understanding forward without throwing your mental out the window. The whole point of this video is simple. You can take control of your improvement, not tomorrow, not when I feel like it, today. Pick one thing to improve. Focus on that. Show up with intention, and over time, the progress will show. So next time you lose 13-11, don't insta-Q. Take a breath, reflect, and play smarter, not harder. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next vid. Peace!